Welcome to Polyfamily.
Polyfamily.
Okay.
We're here.
Okay.
Okay.
First impressions.
Loved it.
I loved it too, but here's the thing. I'm afraid it's not going to be messy enough.
Oh, I think there'll be some messy. We have
Oh.
children we don't know the paternity of.
We should introduce ourselves. My name is Amy. I am with my co-host Amanda, and we are
Hi.
Little Miss Recap here to talk about Polyfamily. How was that?
We are. That
Okay.
sounds good. That's who we are.
So, yes, we have children we don't know the paternity of, but here's the problem.
Yeah.
This is a TikTok famous family.
Oh, are they? Okay.
And we know they're fine. It's all over the place.
Okay.
Like they're still making TikToks. They're fine.
Just because they're fine, though, doesn't mean there's not drama.
I agree.
Does not mean this is not messy.
Okay. So if you are a new time listener, which what are you doing?
Welcome.
You will know that I am a terrible judge of character.
Yes, you are.
I often have to rely on Timmy to watch a show and tell me, if he
Who's
thinks
the problem or
terrible.
not. Mm-hmm.
You're also very good at noticing who the problem is.
Sometimes.
I'm going to put a prediction out there right now.
Okay.
Shawn is a problem.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's something off there. I don't like the way that he, presents. I can't explain it. Like he just has an energy about him.
Okay.
That freaks me out a little bit.
Okay.
Now, will this hold true? I don't know. He might be like hand building an orphanage for orphans with leukemia. I have no idea.
He could be. Are you struggling to keep track of who's married and who's not?
No.
Oh, I got it. Well, I figured it out. It's the couples that don't match that are married.
Yes.
That's how I keep it straight. Okay.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's how I'm keeping track.
Okay.
The two dark-haired people are real fucking hot for each other. And
yes,
they're not married.
Correct.
Right. They are not married.
Correct. I'm not sure the two blondes are actually all that into each other.
Right. I agree.
they're into each other, but it's different.
So here's my thing. Alicia and Shawn are the parents. They're mom and dad.
Yes. They're the grown-ups in the room.
And Tyler and Taya just want to fuck real hard and scream at each other. They fight. They fuck. Like Cody Brown says, the two Fs. They fight.
The two Fs. The two Fs to nobody. But yeah. No, I can totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I had. Okay, good. I will be curious to see how this all pans out.
Mm-hmm.
I find the concept of not determining who's the father to be fascinating.
Right, but in the trailer, we see them doing a paternity test.
We'll see what happens.
Or is it a COVID test?
Could be a COVID test. We don't know.
Because COVID test and paternity test. Many a times I've fooled men with a COVID test.
For all of your baby daddies out there, you've had to lure them in with your COVID test.
Yes.
I see. Proof paternity.
It's positive, whatever that means.
You are positively a parent to somebody. Maybe not my kid. I don't know.
Guys, we are putting this on video, so I will upload that link in Patreon. It's also on YouTube if you want to watch, but still give us the listen on the free feed if you will.
Please do. Please
do.
It helps. It helps with all the things.
It helps. And also, please stay tuned for this weekend because Reality Roundup is back. It's coming at you.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. We got things to talk about.
If you're new, Reality Roundup happens every other week, usually. And it's when Amanda and I just get together and we talk about all the headlines off screen for the week.
All the shenanigans that these people are doing off the screen.
Except we leave out a huge chunk, which is Bravo.
Well, we could talk about Salt Lake City people because we sort of know them, but we don't actually want to know them because then we'd be spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I can talk I will talk this week's Reality Roundup. I will talk a bit about what I learned about Heather Gay through her book.
Okay. And I'm going to talk about Ransom Canyon or whatever the fuck it is. The new
it is.
Cowboy porn that I'm watching.
Amy's real into cowboys, folks.
Yes, I am.
It's
okay. So let's start. We're doing Polyfamily Season 1, Episode 1 in Quad We Trust.
In Quad We Trust. Sure.
Will
we go.
Quad be in every title?
No, I've seen some upcoming titles. They're not in there. I don't.
Is there some kind of theme? I like a theme.
Hold on. Let me see, because friends of ours put up their schedule and it had that on there.
Oh,
So hold
our
on.
podcasting twin flames, Ace and
Our
Caitlin.
exactly, exactly. Their coverage of the show will not be on it will only be on Patreon,
Yes.
which is fine.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the schedule. May schedule. So our titles are In Quad We Trust. Holly Wants a Baby is number 2. Number
Okay.
3, Who's Your Daddy?
Okay.
Number 4, Oh My Quad.
Okay.
So we'll see
All
what
right.
happens. That's all we got.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like the play on quad and poly. It's cute.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Who's Your Daddy? I'm kind of curious about
I'm
that.
into that.
I want these people to wind up being a little bit of freaky bitches.
I want drama.
Yeah, I think we'll have drama.
Gotta get it. Gotta get
I
it.
think we're gonna have it because I do think that Tyler is gonna be a problem.
Tyler and
I think he's gonna be
Taya.
a shenanigan problem.
Taya, is that her name? Taya?
Taya.
Taya and Tyler just want to, like I said, fuck and scream at each other in a room.
Exactly. And
Shawn and Alicia want to go grocery shopping, get the taxes filed.
Exactly. And I think Shawn might have some simmering rage.
Oh, yeah, think?
A little simmering rage.
I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive.
I'm sensitive too. Yeah.
Okay, so this takes place in Lebanon, Oregon. I looked it up. It's south of Salem. It's about an hour to the coast. So it's southwest Oregon. About 20,000 people in the town. Okay. The house.
I've heard of Lebanon, Oregon before.
The house is a mess and the grass needs to be cut. I'm just putting that out there. I'm done. Okay. I think
they've got 17 children.
I think when you see 4 able-bodied adults all living in a house, you expect the grass to be cut. But that's just my.
Well, I'm going to tag one out because she's real pregnant.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't have to.
She doesn't have to mow the grass.
In fact, I advise against it.
Yeah.
Okay. Alicia and Tyler have been married for 11 years. They met when she was 18. He was a freshman in college. So he was she was a freshman in college. He was 20, a little bit older. And they met at a party and they started texting and they never stopped.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, very normal. Very normal meet cute.
Taya and Shawn are married 6 years. They met at work. He was her supervisor.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong there?
So she's 28. They've been married 6 years. That puts her at a big 22. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's say they dated for a year before they got married. That's a 21.
It's not putting her in Jonathan and Fernanda math region, but she's young.
He's 46. So he is 18 years older than her. I'm sorry. That was my first.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
And
he was her supervisor. Where is HR?
Because think about it, Amy, when that happened, if he's 18 older than her, and let's say they dated for a year, he was 39 and she was 21.
Yeah. It's
a big difference.
It's a big age difference. And I would question if a 21-year-old is ready for this. Not this, but like commitment. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So she says she liked that Shawn was a little bit sassy with the group and they ended up getting married.
Okay.
We get a tour of the house, Amanda, and we learn the women have their own rooms and the men move every night, no matter where they are.
This feels Garrick Merrifield-esque.
We even see that when she's having the baby, it's like whoever's night that is going to be there.
Yeah.
They're real. Cody Brown needs to take a page out of their book because they're real regimented and scheduled.
They hold tight to this shit and they're keeping a tight ship, which I think in the long run is helpful.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So they take their pillows and their toothbrushes and that's it.
I would take my pillow too. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. I would take my body pillow. It would be a whole thing.
Yeah. I feel like we'd need bigger beds.
Did I tell you that Timmy and I had to sleep in a full-size bed over the weekend?
You told me you were going to have to sleep in a full-size bed. How did that go?
So we're leaving, right? And I put the suitcase out in my makeup bag or whatever, my toiletries bag.
Sure.
And I put my body pillow on top. And Timmy's like, "You are not bringing this body pillow." I'm like, "Yes, I am. We're driving. I could bring it."
Right.
And he says, "Amy, we're going to be in a full-size bed. Are you kidding me right now?" I'm like, "All right, fine." We get down there and my girlfriend Nina has a body pillow there for me.
Oh, this is a real friend. I would have a body
Mm-hmm.
pillow available for you here as well.
You know what it is, Amanda? She's a lady of a certain age and she gets it.
She understands.
So she had the body builders and Timmy got real. I shoved Timmy against the wall. The bed was against the wall. He
Nice.
was against the wall, then the body pillow, then me.
Okay. It sounds about
that
good.
kind of thing. Yeah, it worked. It worked. And they had their air conditioning cranked. So I was freezing. So it was perfect.
Oh,
It was perfect.
when I was in Massachusetts, it got down to like 28 degrees.
Ooh. And you slept with all the windows open?
Oh, I'd forgotten to take the fan out of the window. Like my phone was cold.
Did I ever tell you my gram used to sleep with the window cracked her entire life because she didn't want to get gassed?
Oh, see, I just do it because I'm hot.
Even though she had no gas in her house?
Oh, well.
For the last 25 years?
Some gram logic right there.
Okay. So I like this routine. I think it's working for them.
I think it makes sense.
Tyler says he and Shawn do not have a sexual relationship.
I'm not sure these two can stand each other. So, yeah, they're definitely not banging.
But Taya and Alicia have been intimate before because Taya is pansexual. And as Shawn says, well, Alicia's female. So,
yeah.
Okay. Being pansexual doesn't mean you are hot for everyone.
No, it just means you don't really care about the plumbing that comes with somebody.
Right, but it's it kind of fits that old stereotype of if you're a lesbian, you're going to be attracted to every girl.
You're going to want to bang every woman. Yeah.
So Taya says she approached Shawn 2 years into their marriage to bring another female in, and it just kind of progressed from there. And Alicia says before they got married, she and Tyler were swingers.
Yes.
I wonder if they know Betty and Ron because all swingers must know each other.
No, it's really far apart. They might, however, have gone to the sex club that Ace and Caitlin went to.
Maybe.
In Portland.
Maybe.
It's possible.
It's Tyler's fantasy to have a threesome with a woman. And Tyler's kind of like, oh, what guy doesn't want that?
I mean, I'm thinking probably many guys don't. I think a lot of guys do. Don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of guys don't as well.
So nothing really took off for them. Then after 7 years, they got on the app and they matched with Taya and Shawn.
And I want to know what app they used. It had to be Field.
I want to know too.
It had to be Field.
Because I only know I don't know, Farmers Only or whatever.
It's definitely not Farmers Only. Nor is it Christian Mingle. I'm going with Field.
I need an app that's like, can you let me see the ocean every once in a while and then drive me home and give me a pile of money? That's all I want.
So what you want is a sugar baby.
I'm talking about in my retirement once Timmy's
you want to be
gone.
A sugar baby.
Sure. I'll be a sugar old lady though.
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Like
everybody's a baby to somebody.
If I'm the sugar baby and I'm like 65 years old, then this dude has to be 90.
That's fine.
Is Anna Nicole Smith's husband still alive?
No, he's not, unfortunately. I think she took care of that a while ago.
All right, just checking. So they get on. So Alicia and Shawn start chatting on, mom and dad start chatting on the app.
Yes.
And they had feelings right away for each other. For Tyler and Taya, it took a little bit longer.
I got to tell you, it is really fucking hard to pull this off.
Yeah.
To have each couple be into the other one. This is advanced level.
Yeah, because it's not just they're hooking up. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. They are in a relationship.
They are building a life together.
Yeah.
This isn't just banging it out on a Friday night after a lot of sweet, sweet wine.
No. So Shawn and Taya were 2 hours away. They were living in Portland. And Shawn was like, let's all move in together. And it's been 4 years. I need to talk to you about the children.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Okay.
These two older kids should not be on TV. I'm not saying the lifestyle's wrong for the kids.
Okay.
I'm saying, why are we still in this day and age putting young children on TV?
Because we think it's cool and we don't think about it. I got to say, you know who I really respect the shit out of? Stevie on 90 Day Fiancé.
Yes.
Right now.
We don't even know that she's a mother. Good.
She mentioned it in the first episode. People have asked her online. She talked about it in her interview with Mary Payne. She's like, look, people are cruel and my kids don't need this. So you'll never see them.
Yep. Good for her.
Great. Good for her.
So they have older children that Alicia and Tyler came into the relationship with. It's a boy and a girl. They're 8 and 9 years old. They ask the kids how many parents they have. The kids say 4 parents, 8 people in our family.
Right. Which is great.
Alicia says she was nervous about the kids being excluded and being bullied. And she says, we wanted our kids to be able to choose the lifestyle they want.
Okay.
They can't make those decisions at 8 and 9. I hope she's talking in the future.
I think she's talking in the future.
Okay.
I think she's not like they're choosing Poly tomorrow. No, I think she's saying, I want my children to have the freedom to choose like we did.
So Tyler says that they've now had age-appropriate conversations and they understand that their family looks different.
And that's okay.
Yep. So they now have 2 more little boys and 1 on the way. One of the little boys is 2 and 1 is 16 months. There's a lot of kids in this fucking house.
A lot of kids in this family. Yeah. And
So the parents all say they parent these kids together as if these 4 kids, are all of theirs.
Which is very similar to the Browns.
Yeah.
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 They're parenting them as siblings.
So they all have strengths and that they play to the strengths. So Alicia explains to us. Mom takes over and she explains. Tyler is our fix-it guy.
Yep.
Shawn is our organizer. Taya takes care of the kids at home. And Alicia does sports, activity, and all the school stuff.
Okay.
And they all contribute to the housework. Now, I do know from a little bit of snooping that Shawn is a teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. To be a teacher and come out like this.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still a teacher.
He was brave as shit, man. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, here's the rules, Amanda.
Okay.
Whoever's night it is means they sit together, they do dinner together, etc. So basically, it's like you get a 24-hour period where that's your person.
Yes.
And it starts like in the morning.
Yep.
So like you wake up, say Taya wakes up next to Tyler. Now she goes to Shawn.
Right.
And that's the day.
I wonder if they have a time switch because, like, what if someone's a really late sleeper and someone's an early sleeper, and so it like fucks up with the balance?
I wonder if like 12 o'clock, bing, 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 all the alarms are going off and everybody's running all over the place.
Oh, maybe it could be like the fuck tent on Temptation Island, where all of a sudden it's like,
yes.
Okay, Leo does not like that.
So you're with that person for 24 hours. Now, you can still hug and kiss.
Yes.
But you cannot have sex with the person. You cannot have sex with the person.
So my guess is what's happening is, even though we've had the switcheroo, so, we got Tyler and Taya that night, but Taya can like still give Shawn a good night kiss, a good morning kiss, a hug goodbye, a kiss goodbye, but we're not doing anything more.
She can't give him like a hand job.
Right. A lot of steps generally between a kiss goodbye and a hand job, but okay, sure.
Maybe in your house.
I don't know how you two roll over there.
Timmy goes to work very happy every day. So Tyler says these boundaries were put into place. They were born of necessity and they came from some mistakes. And Shawn tells us Tay and Tyler were off doing something one night and it wasn't their night together. And Alicia and I had sex. And Tyler just goes. It was weird. So now they need to put some boundaries around sex.
That's okay.
Okay.
I think to live this way, you either need boundaries or everyone needs to be cool with no boundaries. But you have to have talked the shit through it.
You know who we need? Reba from Last Resort.
Oh, we do need Reba.
Get Reba in here.
Or Jasmine. She lived a happy, open relationship for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks. It worked well.
So Taya's pregnant. She's getting induced in a few days due to gestational diabetes. Like she's got some complications going on.
Yep.
Shawn's nervous. We learned that we have already met the 2 children. Mm-hmm. They don't know who the fathers are.
No, this is an interesting way to be.
And Alicia says, I don't want to know their biology. Like, I don't need to know their biology.
That's interesting.
We'll talk more about this later, but this is the part I think where I would have to be out on this.
I would need to know my child's biology. I would need to know who the parent of my child, like if for no other reason than like health and history. Stuff.
Yeah.
But they also did say, like, if the kids ever want to find out, we will absolutely facilitate that.
And they said, we only need to know for child support or medical issue. And I was like, oh, child support.
Yeah. This thing splits wide open. Someone may owe people some money.
I think they're all Tyler's.
Because
the way that Shawn and Taya were talking, it seemed like they had wanted kids. I wonder if they tried and couldn't, or just, not trying hard, just didn't protect themselves.
Right.
And Tyler's like, Taya and I fuck all the time. Like, they're fucking every other night.
They are fucking every other night. I don't know. We'll have to, I'm going to need to get more eyes on the children to see if I can determine biology based on
right, because they have brown hair, but that could be from Taya. So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Taya says if the boys grow up and we want to know, we'll support that. Whatever. Yep. And they want to know. Tyler admits, he does wonder, but there's really no benefit to wondering.
Sure.
These people they're either crazy or they're way more mature than I could ever be.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think both of these things could be true at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now Shawn and Tyler on the couch say they live together. They parent together, but Shawn says, we would not be friends.
No. Which I was like, that's not good.
No.
That's not good. You know, I told you like weeks ago, there's a poly influencer that I follow on Instagram. And she mentioned that she's friends with this family and knows about them and they're fine and all of that. But I was wondering, she was like, there's just not a lot of drama here. And this made me think, like, in her family, she and her husband have a non-sexual relationship. They had 2 children. They had a sexual relationship. And then one day they decided to kind of throw that out the window. It wasn't working for them, but they still wanted to be married, raise a family together, be happy together. She has a boyfriend. He had a partner for a while. That relationship ended. But I get the sense that her husband and her boyfriend, they live in the same home and they're all very close.
Okay.
And I think that would just make it easier.
If they were friendly.
Yes.
They're not partners though.
They're not partners. Nope.
Okay.
They're just friends. Like, let's say you and me and Timmy and Todd decided we were going to polyfamily it up, right?
Next season on Little Miss Recap.
Let's do that. It would make life a shit ton easier if Todd and Timmy were like really good buddies.
I gotcha.
You and I are already really close. It'd be helpful if they doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but you have to live with this person.
Amanda, do you think I could live with somebody who's having sex with Timmy?
No, I would be dead. You would murder me, and then you would actually. I think what would happen is I think you would murder me. You would reanimate me so you could murder me a second time,
or I would just sit in my tub and cry every night,
and then murder me. I'm not getting out of banging Timmy alive. I know this to be true. Timmy's also not my type, so we're fine. But I don't think I'm Timmy's type. It's fine. He likes a little meatball.
Alicia and Taya go for manicures, and they talk about how complex their relationship is.
Yeah.
Okay. Taya says she loves Alicia. She's like her family. And Taya on the couch says there are times, though, that I have learned that Alicia is a little too emotional and sensitive. So I have to think about how I approach her with things. I mean, this is normal.
This is very healthy.
Yep.
I know who this person is. I know what their triggers are. So I work around it.
Alicia says communication is everything.
Yeah. Communication is everything in polyamory.
Yes. What show were we watching? Oh, was it Seeking Sister Wife, where the 2 guys were mixing their sperm up and then injecting the person?
No. It was Toe, because it was Sperm Kyle.
He was mixing it?
Not in this, but he had done that in the past. That was all. Remember, we watched Sperm World or no, the guy with 1,000 kids. The guy with 1,000 kids.
The man with 1,000 kids. Yeah.
That's where the sperm mixing happened.
Okay. I want to say, though, it was on one of our shows, too.
With seriousness, that's where the sperm mixing happened.
Yeah, but that's like a nefarious thing. I want to say it was done on one of our shows, like in a good way. Like there were a couple husbands and they were doing this.
I mean, it would have to be Seeking Brother Husband, but none of those people had babies.
Yeah, BDFs, come at us. Let us know if Amy's imagining things.
I feel like you're imagining things. I feel like it's the man with 1,000 kids.
I might be. I might be. So now they have to talk about banging each other's husband in front of the nail person because that's a requisite.
Yes. This is the same thing the Browns do. This is the same thing every polyamorous family or polygamous family does.
Yeah. They talk about who is a better kisser, and it seems like Alicia prefers Shawn.
Okay. She
doesn't like Tyler's mustache, and it's only there because Taya wants it. And already I'm feeling the simmering rage. Yeah. So they do struggle with jealousy sometimes, and Alicia says Taya and Tyler bang constantly. Their love language is physical touch. A lot of F and F happening in
a lot of
bedroom.
F and F.
Like after that bedroom, you don't want to go in there with the blue light.
Ooh. Gross.
She says she really struggled with this at first because she's competitive and she compares herself to others.
I could see her in her like little bedroom with a little like chalkboard where she's like doing the little lines of how many times each of them have banged in like a week.
I'm not going to lie. I'd probably be doing the same thing.
Oh my God.
This
is why we can't live this life.
I couldn't handle this.
We couldn't live this life.
No. Nope. So, Alicia, no, she says she struggled with it at first. Okay. Taya says Alicia uses the word jealousy when it comes to sex, but it's not. It's competition. She doesn't want to know how often or how beep it gets. And she says kinky.
What's wrong with saying kinky?
I don't know.
I mean,
because she doesn't want to do those things.
I want to know excuse me. I'm
me?
leaning in. What are those things?
Excuse me?
What are those things?
And how do you know I don't want to fucking do them? That sounds to me like Tyler's telling you I don't want to do them.
Have we talked about this? No, it's possible the two of them have talked about it.
Does Tyler want to put his P in my A?
Maybe.
And maybe Alicia's like, no, but Tyler's telling Taya about it?
Maybe.
Like, or maybe put my P in your A because I can't do it with the other A?
Right. Or maybe Alicia's like, Tyler wants to put his P in my A and I'm not into it. Can you take this one for the team? And she's like, yeah, I got this. I don't know.
Yes, could be. I just feel like I would not be okay with. I feel like somebody shared some information. You're right. They could, maybe they did amongst themselves.
Yeah.
But then that puts it in my head that they're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could do this.
If you can't even sit here and fake imagine me banging Timmy, fake imagine it. You can't real imagine it though.
And Taya's like basically like Alicia doesn't want to have to keep up with me.
No.
Again, let me get their ages here. Hold on.
Alicia's tired.
She's 34. That's not lady of a certain age territory yet.
No.
But Taya's only 28.
Yeah, well, that could be a valuable 6 years. Yeah.
So Alicia says she's had to put up a boundary, and it's still really hard for her that she does not want to hear about Tyler and Taya's sex life.
I think that's fair.
And if she put up that boundary, Amanda, that means she has heard about it.
She's heard about it, and it could have been from either of them.
Do you think Tyler's like, hey, baby, hey, can you let me put my P in your A? Taya lets me do it. Can you do it? That went into Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson here. Should I put my P in her A? Red for yes, blue for no. Red for yes, blue for no. Okay. So later, mom and dad go grocery shopping.
Yep, that's what moms and dads do together.
Tyler and Taya are home assembling baby shit. And he says, we are very passionate and touchy-feely. We fight, sure, but we fuck.
They fucking fight, man.
Yeah, fucking fight. The Cody Brown method. It'll keep you together forever, I guess. Wait, no, because he was fucking and fighting with Mary.
Right.
So no, it doesn't keep you together at all.
No, it doesn't.
No, it actually ends in abandonment. So
it gets a polygamous cult to kick you out is what it does.
So on the couch with mom and dad, Shawn says, when we first met, I was real pleased, like real pleased. She has a great ass. And he's like, Alicia is just great. She's funny and she challenges me. Taya does too, but in a different way. I got to F and F her.
Right.
But Alicia, like, we can talk. We read the New York Times together.
Alicia's smart and Taya's hot is really what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Alicia
I think Alicia's adorable.
I do too.
Yeah.
Alicia says we are both type A and our love language is kind of picking on each other and, getting things done.
Sure.
Taya says Tyler wears his emotions on his face. That's where we all wear our emotions. Yes. I hate to tell you. My emotions are on my face.
Some of us are
happy,
good at hiding.
Sad.
Unless you're, someone who's been Botoxed within an inch of their life, or you're me and I can just.
That's true. That's true. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You don't know what I feel right now.
So, Shawn shows his affection through things he does. He's more rational.
He's an acts of service guy.
And Tyler gets more wrapped up in things. Tyler sounds like just the kind of guy I'd be into. He's a fucking mess.
I think he's a cutie, though.
I think he's cute, too.
I think he's real cute.
So early on, they said they gave priority to their partners. And so the partners essentially, and I hate this phrase now, had the ultimate trump card, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Veto power. Thank you.
Yes.
So Taya says she did not try to figure out who knocked her up and she doesn't really care. But this is where Tyler on the couch says, we fuck a lot.
Yeah.
So chances are it's mine.
It's probably me.
Mm-hmm.
We banged it out 7 times yesterday.
Yes.
I don't know. And she's like 9 months pregnant.
Yeah. So Alicia says falling in love with Shawn was quick. We're adults and we know what we want.
Okay.
Called it.
Hey now.
Tyler says, I'm sorry. She says, Tyler does what I want when I ask him. But Shawn just kind of anticipates what I need and gets it done. Mom and dad are going to run off together.
I was going to say,
get ready.
If there is a schism in this, it's going to be because those two are like, I am tired of cleaning up after these messes and I'm out.
Yes, there's a scene in Love After Lockup coming this weekend. I watched it early where Julius, mumble mouth, he's just sitting there eating Doritos and playing an Xbox. And I'm like, that's what Tyler does. He sits there, he eats Doritos, he plays an Xbox, and he fucks Taya. That's his job.
That's his job. Does he tell people though, like, I'm from prison, I'm the catch?
I'm the catch.
No, dude.
No, I don't know. Oh, God. So on the couch, Shawn says Alicia is used to Tyler backing down, and I won't, motherfucker. I won't back down.
Nope.
I'm telling you, he is like everybody's worst nightmare vice principal. The guy with just enough power, but not all of it.
Right. To wield it in a really unfair way because he doesn't have much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they go out.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the obligatory, like, they're making out with different people in front of everybody. And do people stare at you? Do they not?
Sure.
Taya's mother, Jill, shows up. Jill looks 10 years younger than me. And I'm 48.
I could not believe that was Taya's mother because I thought that meant that Taya's mother had her when she was 7.
Yes. I wrote she's
if
probably
not said mother. I would have said sister.
She is probably 5 years younger than me, at least.
Probably.
The producers are like, how did you come out to your friends and family? And Taya goes, I would shit myself before I told my mom.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
Then, I don't know, she must have told her, because then the next sentence, and I rewound it 3 times to, like, there's no transitional sentence here. She goes, my mom had questions, but she was supportive. Okay. She says she saw us together. She saw the love between us. And Alicia says it's been really hard because they've lost a lot of friends and family.
I bet.
And she says, I don't have a relationship with my father or my stepmother.
Maybe sad.
Yeah, she doesn't mention her mother, which makes me think maybe she's passed.
Right.
Tyler's mom didn't get it at first, and his dad still doesn't. And Shawn doesn't have much family still living because he's the grandpa of the group. I felt like that's what they were kind of saying. Like Shawn, and he is the oldest one.
Right.
But he's like only 46, but they act like he's
he's so old, none of his people are still around anymore.
And then for some reason, Alicia tells us like Taya's uncles are not okay with this. Who gives a shit what your uncle feels?
I saw my uncle like 24 times in my life. Like, okay, sure.
And the kids have been ostracized from some friend groups because of this, which is really sad. So, Jill is there, Jill is the mom, and some friends are there too. And
the mom/sister.
Yeah. Jill tells the camera, as a parent, you want your kid to be happy and loved.
Yeah.
And this has been crazy, but like, it's perfect for her.
That's wonderful.
This is a great mom.
Mm-hmm. Most moms would not be this cool with this.
The other friends say they were surprised.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The family gets weird looks because they're out making out with each other.
Yeah.
Now they talk about the induction. So we switch in the later part of the episode here to the induction.
For her baby, not like an oven or an induction into some
We're
sort
not
of
talking about an air
society.
fryer. Right. We're not talking about the National Honor Society. Alicia would love to be there so their plan is if there's only one person allowed in the room, Alicia is going to be there for the birth of this baby.
Okay.
If there's two, then it will be Alicia and whomever she's banging that night.
Whoever's day it is. Yeah.
Well, if it's a scheduled C-section, you know what day it's going to be. You kind of know who it's going to be.
Well, no, it's not a scheduled C. It's an induction.
Oh, that's true. So
this
so
could
it
take
can
2
go.
days.
It can go past the ding 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 ding, right?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Could you imagine if Shawn's in there, the baby's just about to come out? Oh, hold on!
Get the fuck out now!
Change.
She like crosses her legs real quick, like get out.
Okay, so Taya says she doesn't know if people at the hospital are going to respect these arrangements.
Yeah, well,
that's a good point.
That's a good point.
Jill is crying. Jill, the mom, is crying when they talk about family, and Alicia starts crying immediately too. And like you could just tell the bond Alicia and Taya's mother have is really strong.
Very sweet.
And Alicia says on the couch, I'm a little envious that Taya has like this amazing mother and this amazing support. I felt really bad for her in that moment.
I did too.
And like very much like me, like nobody cries alone in my presence.
Alicia's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I like her. She reminds me of Danielle Davis. I'm only 23. A little bit in how she looks.
Yes, but not in her demeanor.
Not in her demeanor at all. She's mom.
Because she's the adult, right?
Yeah.
And so Nick Davis isn't banging her when she like goes to the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Ooh. So now we get this scene, and I need to talk about this.
Okay.
Shawn is having snacks with the boys, and it's after school.
Yes.
And the daughter sits down, and Tyler comes over and sits down. So Tyler just got home from work. Yeah, okay, dude, you polished off your Cool Ranch Doritos and finished The Last of Us season 2, and now you're over here. And the daughter.
Watch it turns out he's got like some high-powered job, and he's like funding this whole operation.
Somebody has to here. So Tyler starts chatting with her. He's asking her about school, and Shawn, like mid-conversation, goes, "Remember, you're grounded, so eat and get downstairs." Amanda,
you can't talk to your parent when you're grounded?
What kind of grounding? This sounds like solitary confinement. This doesn't. It sounds like you're being thrown in the hole.
It does. I mean, to me, being grounded means you don't get your electronics. You can't watch TV. You don't get to go outside and play with a friend. It doesn't mean you can't talk to your
parents. So Shawn on the couch says she is grounded for lying, and this is an agreement we all have. And it's, I don't know. I'm not okay with this. There's a lot I want to say, but I won't say.
Okay.
But I'm not okay with this. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree.
So Tyler is so annoyed because he was just trying to talk to his daughter.
Right. I'd be really fucking annoyed too.
Then he talks in the talking head about how he is still struggling with the fact that like he gave away half of his vote.
Yes.
With his children. And it's been a big that this would have me out.
It would be so hard because they parented these two children without. It's different with the little ones.
I think
because they've all raised them together all the time.
Yes.
Dude, I'm a step parent. It's not easy.
I think the rules should not apply to the two older kids.
I think so too.
I think the two older kids should treat the other people as co-parents or step parents, but their parents should have the ultimate say.
I agree.
I'm not okay with this. This is not okay.
Plus, why are we pissed off that he's like, even if you're grounded, you can talk to your dad. It's dumb.
Later, he says to Shawn, I haven't seen the kids and I'm upset that you cut it short. And Shawn says, one of the consequences of being grounded is she has to stay on task.
Okay, Shawn, calm down.
It gets worse. And you and her do not have a good track record of staying on task when you're talking to each other.
What?
This guy's a monster. I'm kind of telling you. Guys, this guy, I don't have a good feeling about this guy.
That there's some darkness there.
Anyone who is so, I mean, there are many times I've had to discipline my children.
Sure.
It's too rigid. Like, what did this kid do? She's 9. What did she do?
What did she lie about?
She probably was on her phone or her iPad after they told her not to be.
Right.
That's something so stupid.
Or, said she was going to Susie's house and they were like at Bobby's house or something.
I don't even think that because she's 9, so she wouldn't be. No, I guarantee you it was something about
bedtimes and electronics and something.
So guess what? Then you take the electronics off her for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And make her suffer and sit there and like learn how to read. Like
right.
we had
an actual book.
Like my kids say, like when I grew up in the 1900s.
Right.
Okay. So
I kind of love and hate that we have lived our lives over the flipping of the odometer.
I know.
Because then we could say stupid shit like back in the 1900s when we're talking about 20 years ago.
My kids say it all the time. Mom, you grew up in the 1900s. Things are different. I'm like, I'm Gen X, bitch. I could cut you. What are you talking about?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Nobody's going to put me in jail. Did I just threaten to kill my children on camera? Yes.
And no one's
Did I mean it? No.
And no one's going to put you in a corner either.
Right. So just the way he's talking about this, Tyler's like, we weren't off task. I was talking to her.
Right.
And Shawn says she had to be reminded to stay on task like 3 times. You didn't see it because you were at work.
Well, she's 9.
Nope.
Yeah.
Taya says, and I don't even know if she's the 9-year-old. One's 8, one's 9. She could be 8.
She could be 8. It's ridiculous.
Taya says the boys don't fight much, but when they do, I stay out of it. It's rough.
Oh, I'd stay out of it too.
Yeah. So
I don't know why we just had a thumbs down. I literally did nothing.
Oh, I don't have that turned on, so mine never does it. Yeah. Oh, well.
Even when I'm trying to do it now, it won't do it.
Shawn says, we all want to see her, but we need to hold the line and she needs to follow her consequences. And I wrote, what the fuck? Why does grounding mean you can't talk to your parents?
Yeah, it's weird. It's real weird.
Tyler says, I should be able to talk to our kids. He slips. But to be fair, he would probably say that about any of the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there are times I whip out my kids with Timmy and I'm not even thinking about it. And they're definitely our kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Tyler on the couch says, I've had 5 years of parenting them. So sometimes I slip.
And that's, you can't, I don't think you can be held accountable for that.
And he admits, like, it's not good. It's not a good look. It's so bad. Now we see, we get some weird ear cleaning. Now I have this ear cleaner.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's got a little camera on the end.
Oh.
And you go in there. It has a little rubber tip and you go in there and you clean out the wax. It's gross.
Wow.
It's gross.
Do you do that to somebody else or or is that done to you? What is happening?
I may or may not have done this with Timmy, but I do not want to share the results because this is just a gross conversation.
I've always wanted to try ear candling.
I've not tried that. I will tell you that Timmy's ears are impeccably clean. That's all I'll say. As always.
Good to know.
Yeah. So they're doing this. Tyler and Alicia are doing this in the bedroom. And he's bringing up the thing with Shawn and the daughter.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't really feel good about how it happened. Cut to Shawn and Taya in their room. And Shawn is shaving her legs. Because she's pregnant.
She's pregnant, yeah.
And he tells Taya he is frustrated and angry with Tyler. And she's like, angry?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you can't chit chat when you're grounded. This guy's got anger issues.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. It's not good.
This is more than just running a tight ship.
Yes, it is. Tyler is saying, I don't need Shawn to parent me. And he says, it's really a challenge to retrain myself into as having 2 additional parents for my children. Because this is how it's always been. Alicia on the couch says she's also struggling. And she says, I'm softer. And I really struggle when Shawn and Taya specifically discipline the kids.
That'd be really hard.
It'd be really hard.
Really fun. It's hard enough to have 2 people aligned on how to raise kids, to get 4 people on the same page, and 2 of them raise the kids by themselves for a while.
Yeah,
it's hard. This is PhD level family dynamics.
I agree. So Taya says, I don't want tension in the house. And Shawn says, what, do you want us to sit together and crochet? Do you want me to hold his yarn ball while that pussy fucking knits a scarf? Like, pretty much that's how it went. That was almost exactly how it went. It was weird. And I was like, okay, you have a lot of pent up anger towards this guy.
Yeah, you do.
He's going to like wake up and everybody's going to be dead.
I don't think we're at family annihilation. We're not at a Chris Watts situation here. I do think we could have a horse head in a bed, though.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah,
or maybe someone's like lactose intolerant, so Shawn's like putting a lot of lactose in someone's food just to fuck with them.
This guy hates Tyler.
He hates him.
Hates
so
him.
Much.
Hates him.
Yes.
Okay. Like, I'm worried for Tyler. Dude, blink twice. Like, it's not good.
Do you need to come live here, Tyler? I think you're cute. You could live here.
And it's interesting, right? Because I think some of it may have to do with the relationship that Tyler has with Taya.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you're seeing two people of opposite sexes who are kind of feeling very different ways about this.
Yeah.
Like, Alicia feels jealousy and he's in a rage.
Yes.
It's interesting.
It is interesting.
So Taya says, now it's the morning of the induction. I'm sorry. So she's being inducted into the National Hall of Fame, National Music Hall of Fame,
or the National Honor Society,
Hall of Fame,
or the Poly Hall of Fame. Who knows?
One of them. She's being inducted into some sort of ceremony. No, she's having her child.
She's having her baby.
And spoiler alert, it's a little boy. And Shawn and Taya go to the hospital, and he says, "Look, we wanted to raise kids together, and we're doing that. It's worked. And I don't care how it happened. Their biology of these kids doesn't matter to me. We're raising our kids together."
Okay.
And that's it, Amanda. That's where the first episode ends.
I can't wait for the next one. I'm really
it's going to be
about
good.
This.
It's going to be good.
Because, okay, take Shawn's simmering rage off the plate. I like these people.
It reminds me of Fight Club. I'm Jack simmering rage.
Yes. I like these people so far.
I don't like Shawn.
I like Tyler a lot.
I do too. I like Alicia a lot.
Yeah.
I like Taya too, but I got my eyes on her. I think she's a little bit of a troublemaker.
I think she may be a little bit of a woohoo girl.
Yes.
But she's real pregnant right now, so she cannot woohoo very much. She can't
woohoo around. Right.
But get that baby out of her, give her like a couple months to recover, and we might be back at woohooing.
And she's the one who's like the face of their TikTok.
Okay.
And she's always got the septum ring in and her hair dyed different colors. And I think she's a little fun. She's a little punky.
I like it. I'm fine with that.
So we'll see how this goes. I don't think anybody can. I don't think anyone could put Taya in a corner.
No.
Let's put it that way.
I mean, I'm not going to judge. I'm having a bit of a midlife crisis over here. I'm thinking about getting another ear piercing. So
I get it, girl. I get it. Yeah. Pierce those ears.
Pierce those ears. Put all those holes in my head.
I'll send my daughter down. She's been doing it herself in her room. I don't know what's going on there.
I'll let her do my nails.
Okay, she does great nails.
I know. She'd probably be appalled at my nails, but that's okay.
All right, guys. So this is it. We have come to the end.
Yes.
It's very promising.
I feel good about this. This doesn't feel like Forbidden Love, which we knew immediately was going to be a problem.
A stinker.
I mean, Amy, do you ever look at a horse's butt and want to do things?
Now, I'd take a show about the recovering Amish people.
I would do that too, because I enjoy the Amish. So it doesn't feel like that. It's not a couple to throuple either, and that's okay. It's not Hot Dummies on an Island.
No, it's not Hot Dummies on an Island, but there is a Hot Dummies on an Island coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a new show on Netflix. I've put out some feelers to maybe get some screeners.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We could use the Hot Dummies on an Island. It's been a while.
But
I think that there's promise with these people. I'm looking forward to this journey.
I'm interested to see how Shawn's simmering rage is going to manifest.
I'm curious to see what happens when this baby's born and no one in this house is sleeping for months on end.
What if the kid comes out with an orange beard and he's bald?
And they're like, it's Tyler's baby.
Well, okay. So let's talk about this. In the trailer, I didn't watch it recently, but I remember seeing Taya is texting with Shawn and they're swapping the boys.
Okay.
And then Shawn says to her, well, I guess we know who the boy's father is. Now, I don't know if that's just a dig on Tyler, because knowing Shawn, the older boy probably, like, I don't know, slapped a girl in the back of the head or something at school. And Shawn's like, this delinquent father.
Right. Because fucking Tyler. Yeah.
So
I think every problem in that house is because of fucking Tyler in Shawn's mind.
So we don't know the context there.
No, we'll see what happens.
But I also remember Taya saying she's having feelings for somebody. So that's interesting. And what if it's like she has feelings for Alicia and she can't deny her love anymore?
Or what if it's someone on the outside?
I mean, then right what now if Shawn and Tyler are forced to fuck?
What if Taya becomes all of their dominatrix and forces them to bed? Because she's kinky.
I love it. I love it, Amanda. I'm here for all of it. You and I need to be in that writer's room.
Do you realize if we ever tried to write a show together, it would be the most fucked up show?
It would be horrifying.
It would be dirty. People would be acting a fool and everyone would be crying.
Agreed. Yeah.
Be fun.
All right, guys. That's it. Listen, if you want to support the show, if you like what you hear, you want bonus content, ad-free episodes, tons of Sister Wives stuff, cult stuff, whatever you want, go over to Patreon, Supercast, or Apple subscriptions. The link is in the show notes, but you can also go to littlemissrecap.com/support.
And it's all there for you.
And if you'd like to listen to Amanda's Coaching Corner, which is Amanda's life coaching podcast, which is great. It's like 15 to 20 minutes, like a little bite-sized wisdom for the week.
Yeah.
You can find that over at where?
AmandaLipnackCoaching.com. I know you put the link
in
the show notes.
And the link is in the show notes. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you. I'm going to play us out.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.